Welcome to the Corporate Sister TV, where we discuss all things career, business, and lifestyle for working women. My name is Solange Lopes, and I am the founder of the Corporate Sister website and brand. In today's episode, we are discussing the mommy bias and how we as working women can fight it in the workplace. If you're a working mom or you've been around other working moms, you've probably heard about the dreaded mommy bias. What is the mommy bias? It is simply this set of very negative and very pervasive expectations about what it means to be a working mom. Those negative assumptions include the fact that we are deemed to be less competent, less productive, less efficient, less deserving of career or business advancement for the simple fact that we are moms. The presumption here is that as working women, we may not be able to handle the demands of motherhood and the demands of a successful career or business, which of course has put us and still put us at a significant disadvantage as compared to our male counterparts, and is of course absolutely inaccurate and absolutely threatening to women thriving and flourishing in the workplace. And the thing is, this mommy bias is not just applicable to working moms. It's actually a pervasive phenomenon that affects all women, because all women are presumed to be somehow on the mommy track, even for those of us who don't necessarily want to have children, because it is a personal choice after all. But since there is a presumption that most, if not all of us, are on this mommy track, this negative set of assumptions and this negative overall perception, also known as the mommy bias, tends to affect all of us. So how do we fight it as working women? Well, first, how does it manifest itself in the workplace? It manifests itself in very simple and sometimes subtle ways at work, such as not being included in high visibility projects, being phased out of important discussions or meetings, or just not being considered for advancement in your career or in your business. You may have noticed as a working mom and an expectant mother that there is kind of a phasing out that happens before maternity leave, during which you're kind of, pushed out of important meetings and discussions, which part of it is part of a natural process because you will not be there for a few months, but it also affects and impacts you negatively in the sense that you're kind of kept out of the loop, which also ends up affecting what happens when you come back from maternity leave. And there's kind of this slowing down of your career that is independent of your will, and you almost have to be very strategic and very aggressive to regain your place and continue on your path of career or business advancement after maternity leave. So how do we as working women can manage to fight it? It starts with being very strategic and very intentional about our careers. One of the mistakes I made earlier on in my career is to believe that by keeping my head down and working hard, things would come. And that's what a lot of us do at work. We do our best work, produce our best results, keep our head down, and forget that there are a host of other interpersonal and other factors that come into play when it comes to advancing our careers or furthering our businesses. So it really begins with being very strategic and intentional about your career. Make sure to communicate that you're still committed to your work and that you still would want to be included in the high visibility project, the important meetings and discussion in order to further your career and advance your business forward. There is a general assumption that maybe as working moms, we may want to kind of take a step back in order to combine the demands of raising children with those of our careers. And sometimes it is the case, but there are times when it is not the case. If it is not for you, make sure to have a plan and a strategy in place to communicate, one, your commitment and interest to your work, and two, more specifically, the types of projects, the types of meetings and discussions that you look forward to be involved in. Be prepared to fight for your opportunities as well. This set of negative assumptions known as the mommy bias is as old as time and is very pervasive, unfortunately, and it is not about to disappear. So it takes a lot of goodwill, a lot of commitment, and a lot of dedication to go against it and really communicate what you want to happen in your career and work to make it happen. So as working moms, it is very important for us to show strategy, intentionality, and communication of our commitment and our desire to move our careers and businesses forward in order to effectively fight this mommy bias. So I'd be curious to know what you have done to fight the mommy bias in your own work environment, whether in your career or in your business, what your insights, lessons learned, milestones, and victories are around this pervasive phenomenon for all working women in the workplace. For more tips on fighting the mommy bias at work, check out my blog at www.thecorporatesister.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.